Peace. How y'all doing? All praise and glory to the mighty Most High. Our Creator is one God. Hope you're all having a pleasant day. Hope this doesn't fall. You should see what I got. It all stand up. I got a vacuum box, a cushion, a little suitcase, a little small trash can. One of those little pads that you sit on when you got bad inflamed hemorrhoids. A dictionary. It's kind of like, whoo, don't want it to fall over. How's everybody doing? This isn't one of the most exciting chapters, but I do try to read through them. First, give praise and glory to the mighty Most High, the supreme Spirit of truth, the living God, one outside this plane of existence, outside this realm. How mighty and powerful the supreme entity is. Just jump right in, man. This is Leviticus 13. I believe it's Leviticus 13. Might be 14. Who knows? No, it is 13. It's part 2. 13, part 2. If a man or a woman has a sore on their hand or chin, the priest is to examine the sore, and if it appears to be more than skin deep and the hair in it is yellow and thin, the priest shall pronounce them unclean. It is a defiling skin disease on the head or chin. But if when the priest examines the sore and it does not seem to be more than a skin deep, and there is no black hair in it, and it does not appear to be more than skin deep, then the man or woman must shave themselves except for the infested area, and the priest is to keep them isolated for another 7 days. On the 7th day, the priest is to examine the sore, and if it has not spread into the skin and appears to be no more than skin deep, the priest shall announce them clean. They must wash their clothes, and then they will be clean. But if the sore does not spread in their skin does spread in their skin after they have been pronounced clean, the priest is to examine them, and if he finds that the sore has spread into the skin, he does not need to look for yellow hair. They are unclean. This is why I do generally, when I write these up in 20 parables at a time, because when I try to put 30 parables, which is up here right now, almost 30 parables, 29 to 59. Okay, that's 30 parables. When I try to put that many parables up, the writing's small. It's hard to read with these pens. So that's why I have a difficult time reading this stuff. So I try to keep them down to 20. The last one I had to go to work, as I said, so we're finishing off this chapter here. 37, if however the sore is unchanged and the priest can see, and if black hair has grown in the infected person is healed, they are clean, and the priest shall pronounce them clean. When a man or woman has white spots on their skin, the priest is to examine them, and if the spots are dull white, it is a harmless rash broken out on the skin. They are clean. A man who has lost his hair and is bald is clean. If he has lost his hair from the front of the scalp and has a bald forehead, he is clean. But if he has a reddish white sore on the bald head or forehead, if it is a defiling disease breaking out on his forehead, the priest is to examine him. And if the swollen sore on his head or his forehead is reddish white, like a defiling skin disease, the man is diseased and is unclean. The priest shall pronounce him unclean because of the sore on his head. Anyone with such a skin defiling disease must wear torn clothes, let their hair be unkept, cover the lower part of their face, and cry out, unclean, 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 unclean. As long as they have the disease, they remain unclean. They must live alone. They must live outside of the camp. I know that there are people that walk around with those whips and they hit their back, and they do that pretty much all day long. Okay, as for any fabric spoiled with defiling mold, any woolen or linen clothing, any woven or knitted material of linen or wool, any leather or anything made of leather, if the infected area of the fabric, the leather, the woven or knitted material, or any leather article is greenish or reddish, it is a defiling mold and must be shown to the priest. The priest is to examine the fabric, the woven and knitted material, or the leather, whatever it is, whatever its use, it is persistent, defiling mold. The article is unclean. He must burn the fabric, the woven or knitted material of the wool and linen, or any leather article that has become spoiled. Because the defiling mold is persistent, the article must be burned. But if when the priest examines it, the mold has not spread into the fabric, the woven or the knitted material, or the leather article, he shall order that the spoiled article be washed. Then he is to isolate it from another 7 days after the article has been washed. The priest is to examine it again, and if the mold has not changed its appearance, even though it has not spread, it is unclean. Burn it, no matter which side has been spoiled. If when the priest examines it, the mold has faded after the article has been washed, he is to tear the spoiled part out of the fabric, the leather, or the woven or knitted material. But if it reappears in the fabric, in the woven or knitted material, or in the leather article, it is a spreading. It is a spreading mold. Whatever has the mold must be burned. Any fabric, woven or knitted material, or any leather article that has been washed and is rid of the mold must be washed again. Then it will be clean. These are the regulations regarding defiling mold in woven or linen clothing, woven or knitted material, or any leather article, for pronouncing them clean or unclean. And that is the completion of Leviticus 13. Okay. Like I said, we're going to make this a short one. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High. I did this live because my uploads are taking too long when I just record them. Have a great day. This is White Raptor News Ministries.